Tired of dealing with annoying flies, fruit flies, and gnats in your home? The Zevo Flying Insect Trap is your ultimate solution. Don't wait. Check out the link in the video description now to get your Zevo Flying Insect Trap on Amazon and enjoy a bug-free home today.
A blind man was forced to hand over £185,000 of inheritance from his late mother to a fraudster who persistently bullied him for 4 years. Mark Best, a visually impaired piano tuner, was subjected to a shocking ordeal at the hands of cruel sales director Mark Stanner. Stanner, 42, led a heartless operation in which he duped Mr. Best, 55, into believing he owed money for promoting his business services online. His grim tactics included intimidating Mr. Best with texts, phone calls and emails demanding money, as well as aggressive threats from people claiming to be debt collectors or the police. He also warned Mr. Best that bailiffs would be visiting his property within the hour to seize possessions and change the locks if he didn't pay up. Mr. Best, who was said to have been played like a violin, borrowed thousands of pounds from friends and was even forced to evict his own uncle from the house his mom had left him in order to sell it and raise cash to pay back the bogus debts. Years of torment began when Mr. Best used his Braille software to read a number of fake invoices sent to him by Stanner, some of which said he had less than half an hour to pay. Stanner used a call center company in Manchester as a front for his fraud and underwent a series of aliases to repeatedly follow up on the illegitimate invoices with aggressive phone calls and texts. By the time police were finally called in to investigate the case, Mr. Best had borrowed a whopping £30,000 from friends and was left virtually penniless. When he was tracked down, Stanner, who calls himself the Window Wizard, claimed to have squandered the money on gambling and drugs. But pictures on Facebook showed him enjoying several holidays in Turkey and the Middle East with his unwitting fiancée Gail Spink and her children during the course of the fraud between January 2017 and July 2021. It emerged Stanner targeted Mr. Best after getting hold of the victim's phone number and email from his business website and social media pages. He also recruited friends and family to use their bank accounts to split the cash between, including his sister Martina Turner, 44, who allowed £31,000 of Mr. Best's money to go through her account. Mr. Best, from Basingstoke, Hampshire, who lives with his wife Chris, who is also blind, said they were both badly affected financially and emotionally by Stanner's intimidating and aggressive bullying tactics. My trusting nature has now been taken full advantage of by those who see fit to con vulnerable people purely out of greed for their own self-centered financial gain, he said. My piano tuning business has been operating for over 30 years, and being blind from birth, I have to trust those with whom I have contact, and I base my work on trust, honesty, and integrity. Clearly those involved in this scam do not operate under the same high level of morality, that is, if they have any morals at all. They surely must regard causing financial and emotional stress in this way as some kind of joke. Mr. Best said he was easily traced by Stanner because he needed to publicly advertise his contact details for his business. The initial contact was from a mobile number claiming he owed money for alleged outstanding advertising costs, Mr. Best said, and that it needed to be paid almost immediately. He would then be bombarded with calls on any day of the week, including weekends and late evenings. Relentless threats eventually took a huge toll on Mr. Best and his wife and left them living in fear about what could happen to us and our home. We were sent into numerous panic attacks because we were both made to feel unsafe in our own home, he said. One bogus demand was for £4,000 to be paid within the hour, whilst on several occasions bullying tactics were used, displaying rudeness, aggression and impatience if requests for money were not paid in as little as half an hour. Mr. Best said it is always in my nature to pay money as quickly as possible if he owes it, and that he was unable to investigate the false demands being made due to his disability. He also said the onslaught of abuse brought on asthma attacks, made him suffer with extremely high blood pressure, endure sleepless nights and even struggle to eat. He added, much of the money was from my late mother's estate given to me as a bequest, including her home. I kept telling these heartless people my